Don't film it through your phones. Look through your eyes. Be as present as possible. They will supply all the content that we need and to give to our families. But I love just being in the moment.
Yeah, same.
And we're gonna
Excited.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're going to be in the moment too here. We're going to send it back to you guys at the desk and we're going to start watching.
Love you, ladies. Good luck.
Bye.
We had no idea that Chris and Chloe were going to be here, and we're about to be interviewed by Tabitha. So that was a nice little treat. They sure looked the part, you know.
Oh, they're ready for their day out here in Texas. I love it.
Yeah, and you know, for those of you watching, we are really in the middle of the desert. We're a solid 2-hour drive from El Paso. And as you were saying yesterday, Ariane, you know, you really get the sense like you start in El Paso and the more you get out here, you do start to feel like you're on another planet. I mean, it's got quite a moonscape, Marscape vibe. And our guests that are here today, as we just saw in Chris and Chloe, are dressing the part.
Well, so let's bring it back to the real stars of the show, our astronauts. And one of our astronauts that we haven't heard from yet is Gail King. She has obviously a lot of emotions going into this flight. Let's hear what she has to say from this interview with Tabitha Limpkin just a couple of days ago.
When I made the decision to come, there were only 3 people whose opinion matters to me the most. Favorite daughter, Kirby, favorite son, Will, and Oprah. That's my kitchen cabinet. And all of them said, I think you should do it. All of them, much to my surprise, including Oprah. I really thought she was going to say, nope, I don't think you should do it.
And she was like, do it.
She said, I really think you should do it because you've been talking about it. And when it comes back and you're not on it, you're going to be kicking yourself saying, I could have gone and I didn't. And I don't want to have to hear about it for the next few years. And, you know, I think everybody in this group is a storyteller and explore, and to be able to take this message and tell other people what it was like from our different perspectives, I think is very significant.
Do you have a message for the kids watching?
You should always know that no dream is too big. You know, we have someone, Aisha, who was told when she was a kid, your dreams are too big, you need to dream smaller. No child should ever be told that. And so I want people to know no dream is too big. And also, LL Cool J said this to me once, dreams don't have deadlines. Isn't that good?
That is real good.
Dreams don't have deadlines. I've never forgotten that he said that, and I believe that as well.
What are you taking up with you?
Oh, I have a bunch of stuff. I have Luca. I wanted one of his favorite toys, so I have a Sesame Street character called Tamir. Tamir is this little black boy with great curly hair, so Tamir gets to go to space. I have a wooden cross that you can hold in your hands. It fits like in 3 prongs. And a stranger came up to me at the airport. She said, I always hear you talk about being a nervous flyer, and I wanted you to have this. And so if you're ever on a flight and you feel nervous, take it out and hold it. So whenever I'm flying, I have this with me.
Also, I just noticed, what is this on your wrist?
So Jared, who's one of our jib operators at CBS Morning, his daughter, Denise, who's 7, made this for me. And she came into my makeup room and said, I made this for you. Someone else gave me Astronaut era.
That's pretty great.
Space Sister, Amanda just gave me this. I mean, so I feel that I feel I'm pretty well protected.
Absolutely.
I will say this, as excited as I am, I'll be very glad when we come back down. I will be very, very, very glad about that.
Well, clearly we heard Gail.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Okay. Real quick. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. We're about to see something happen. Okay. A moment in history. We're going to see a whole bunch of females defy gravity and defy DEI. So this is going to be very, very interesting, right? Or at least to defy the claims and the rumors on DEI. That's what I meant. But anyway, hopefully you guys are all doing well out there. Okay. This is a moment in history. And shout out to my mods, because without you guys giving me this heads up, I probably would have completely not even acknowledged or known about this happening right now. So do me a favor before we get into everything, because this thing's going to be going off in about 16 minutes from now. This whole thing is we're about to see history in the making. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, and also make sure you get your coffee, because I had to start running everything and get my coffee real quick. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of late to the live myself. So hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Hit that reaction button, please, and thank you. If you are watching on these other platforms like Facebook, X/, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. All right? Look at that. That's crazy. Would you do this? Would you do this? We're going to talk. We're going to talk. But anyway, don't forget subscribe on my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Make sure you're subscribed over there. All right. Hit that notification bells and all that ish. Hit that join button down below. Check out check it out. Become a member if you can. Support if you can. And don't forget, check out my Patreon, check out my locals, and of course, check out pascalmerch.com. Okay. Check it out, though. We got some really great stuff. All right. We got to take a look at this, because this is history in the making, though. Okay. As we are starting to see, as you guys see right here. All right. Even the Kardashians are here. Why are they there? It's another conversation in itself. Okay. I because in my mind, I'm like, why are they there? But I guess it doesn't matter. All right. This is a big moment in history. All female crew. We have the likes of Gail King, Katy Perry. So now she's going to finally meet her extraterrestrial. Get it? No one. She had a song. She had a song called Extraterrestrial. Okay. Way back in the day. So she could finally meet her. Okay. That's a dad joke. I'm sorry. It's too early. It's too damn dumb. It's too damn early and too damn dumb. Okay. Let's continue on. All right. So we got the likes of Katy Perry, Gail King, Jeff Bezos's fiance, soon to be wife. Okay. And others that are all getting on this Blue Origin that looks like a penis. Sorry, it does. But again, they're going on to that, and they're going out into space. Or actually, I think it's like outer orbital. It's like outer orbital travel. So they're not actually going into space, but they're going right outside of the right outside the surface of where space and the atmosphere meets with the Earth, if I'm correct. Okay. And I know there's a much better phrase for that. And I'll look it up here in a second. But, it's just, so funny that they're writing something that looks so phallic and they're just getting the tip of space. So they're going to be going up there. All right. Doing their thing, seeing all this stuff. And, we're all going to see it. And it happens in less than 13 minutes. Low Earth orbit. Thank you so much. Low Earth orbit. So like I said, they're not going into space, but they kind of are, but they kind of are not. Okay. So they're going to be going in there and doing their thing. And then they're out there for about 4 minutes and then they come back. Now, this has happened before. Okay. That we've seen but I don't think, have I ever covered it? Maybe I did, but there were other times where they have had celebrities go out there and see the low Earth orbit, right? See the Earth and all that stuff. Okay. And I will say this too. Yeah, I did say just the tip. I mean, I know it's really early, but I mean, look at the thing. Look at that damn aircraft. Okay. That spacecraft. Sorry. Or edging. Oh, dear Lord. But it's like just look at that thing. Okay. You can't help but throw out the jokes. All right. But I did. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So Strahan did do it a couple years ago. All right. There was a bunch of people that did it. William Shatner, I think, was on the same flight or within one of the flights that was on there as well. But anyway, they went up. They saw their stuff, Some people had a euphoric or a life-altering a moment, okay, and then they came back newly refreshed on life, okay. We've seen Bezos do it as well. He did it in a few years ago as well. And so yeah, so this is about to go down, okay. I'm gonna get the full list of all the females that are all the ladies that are about to launch into space or low Earth orbit here in just a second, okay. And pardon the jokes, I'm sorry, it's very early, I know, but I couldn't help myself. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, they're going to be talking about a bunch of things. I saw some footage and Gail looked terrified, okay. She looked terrified, but we're going to talk about that in a second, okay. I'm going to pull up a few things while we are waiting, and let's take a listen to what they have to say.
We're at 1G. When you accelerate to 3Gs, so like if you're 100 pounds, it feels like you are then 300 pounds. But Kristen,
That's crazy.
It's crazy. But in that reclined position, it's dispersed across your body.
Bad.
It's not as bad. It kind of feels like a weighted blanket. And then it
nice and
eases up.
cozy.
It's nice and cozy as it gets nice and dark.
I'll take a weighted blanket right about now.
But they're not, don't worry, it's going to get nice and dark, but there's no sleeping on this. They are going to have the most incredible view out of those windows. The capsule will separate from the booster. That's when they're going to feel weightlessness. They'll get the about 4 minutes to unbuckle, enjoy the weightlessness, enjoy the insane views out of those windows. They'll buckle back in, come back through the atmosphere. That's actually when they're going to have the peak G-forces. They peak at about 5 Gs.
Which is kind of counterintuitive. You wouldn't think that you would feel the max G-forces on the descent, but that's when you do.
But that's when you do. And it's kind of like, because you're coming back through the atmosphere, right? It's thin up there. You come back through the atmosphere. It's thick. It's kind of like diving into a pool. It kind of goes whoosh against you at 5 Gs, but then it eases back up. And we deploy the parachutes, and they come floating down at about 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Wow.
Now, let me just, of course, that's some crazy information, okay, for it to be, the amount of speed, okay, and then of course the whole experience, the amount of speed going out there, and then the experience of coming back into the world, into the Earth, is pretty crazy, right? And I feel like a lot of flat earthers out there, okay, shout out to you guys. Interesting. That's God bless you. All right. But you flat earthers, I'm sure, are losing y'all minds, because we're seeing more and more how round this earth is. Okay. So this is getting, I'm sure, angering a lot of flat earthers as well. But I want you guys to see this. I'm sorry. We're coming back to this. I promise. It's, we got 8 minutes till they launch. But I need to show you guys this photo because it just says everything to me. Okay, hold on. We have got to take a look at this. And it's mainly one particular person. It's Gail. Take a look. Okay. Everybody else seems like she looks like, I'm determined, right? And, she's just, looking fabulous. She looks like she's cool, right? You got Katy Perry in the back going, okay, American Idol. And then you got Gail. Look at Gail. Take a look at Gail. Take one more good look at Gail. She looks terrified. Kind of like, yeah, okay, it's lost into space. Okay. I better come back. Oh, but damn. Am I ready for this? She looks terrified. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, I saw a video of this girl here putting on the outfit. I don't know, putting on the jumpsuit, for the very first time, and she's like crying, and she's like, this is a dream come true, right? And that's what her caption was, which is a beautiful thing. And you can see it in her face, like she's like, I was meant to be here. You know what I'm saying? But Gail's like, oh my God, and we must be launched into space. I better live. You know what I mean? I'm trusting my friend Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? She is not. I understand. I'm sorry, but doesn't she look a little terrified? She looks terrified. Okay, but still, All right. And of course, fiance, soon to be wife, of Jeff Bezos. She got to put on a good face. She got the good face going on. You know what I mean? She's like glamorous. But Gail, here. Okay. We about to get in here. Okay. Oh my. So this is going to be a very interesting experience for her. Okay. And in all seriousness, though, I hope nothing bad happens like with her, because I know that this could be it can be. I've seen people have strokes or have heart attacks skydiving. Okay. So something like this can be so exhilarating for some people, but also could be so traumatic physically for people as well. So I hope she handles it just fine. Okay. But I understand her being petrified. Like somebody just said, Alex said, like petrified. Yeah. I understand her being petrified. I would be too. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm about to do this crazy ish that I would, you know what I mean? God did not I did not know this was going to be on my bingo card this year. All right. But okay. Right. But Oprah is now talking. So let's take a look at that for a second. Let's take a look, shall we? Because we got a few minutes before it all goes down. And I'll skip ahead, promise. Oh, crap. Okay. We going. Come on. You don't have to talk to Oprah that long. Diggity dang. All right.
Woman next to me who is a ray of sunshine.
Boom.
Oprah, you are wearing yellow because Gail's call sign is
sunshine. Yes, right. And all of us, the whole family is wearing yellow today. And I we've been friends. It'll be 50 years next year. We've been friends since we were 21 and 22. And I have never been more proud of my friend than today. Never been more proud, because this is bigger than just going to space. I mean, I think for her, who anytime we're on a flight, she's in anybody's lap if there's the slightest bit of turbulence, has like real anxiety flying. And this is overcoming a wall of fear, a barrier. It's I think it's going to be cathartic in so many ways for her.
She told us that she was surprised that you told her to do it. Why did you want her to do this?
Because I think life is about continuing to grow into the best of yourself and the fullest expression of yourself. And I think that this is one of the most fullest expressions you can possibly have. And I know that I felt deeply that she would regret it. Yeah. And I didn't want to hear about it for the next 15 years. I wish I had gone, and I said, there's only one time that all the women are going up for the first time. Right. There will be other trips, but there's only one first time. Incredible. So to be a pioneer.
Actually, hold on. Has Oprah done it? Did Oprah do it already? I think she did, didn't she? But that's interesting, because if she hadn't done it and she's like, oh, go on up there, girl, I'd be like, why didn't you go first? Right. But anyway, let's continue.
It's great.
What was the last conversation you had with her?
I said, peace be still. Hold the God's unchanging hand. He's got your back. That's it. That's it.
I know that when we're counting down here, we're getting excited for that go for launch moment. How are you feeling as her best friend?
I feel so calm. I don't think I've ever been more calm, because I think it's already done.
I would not be calm.
Once she said yes, once she committed to yes, and Lord, did we all hear, should I do it? Should I do it? Since Thanksgiving, we've been talking about it. And so once she finally said yes, I was like, okay, we're going. It's a go.
You know what I have loved is her vulnerability, because she's the voice of a lot of us that would be afraid, and she's okay to talk about being afraid. Why has that been so important to show that part?
I think, for every woman who's on this flight, it's about fulfilling something within themselves. For Gail, it's about overcoming this great fear.
True.
And also stepping into the moment of excitement. And I think, it goes beyond this moment of just going up in space. I think this will be an everlasting experience. I was just thinking this morning, Gail has been there for me for hundreds of events. I can't even remember them, but you will never forget this day. None of us will ever forget this day.
Well, thank you for being here, for her, for us. I mean, this is just, it's a historic day for Miss Oprah. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ariane.
Thanks, Carissa. Wow, to see.
Okay.
Transition forward hydraulic pumps.
I want us to hear like the
And this right here is the
conversation.
moment that they've been training for.
Scary stuff though, but she's right.
2 days, becoming a crew, becoming a team.
She's right. You know, overcoming that fear,
After
breathing in.
you go through
and
an
just-
experience like this, it's more than a team. It's almost like a family. You are so tight to go through something as intense as
Executing
this.
aft fin built-in test.
Trying to get that Emmy.
And everything
Let's go.
looking really good, Ariane.
So far from mission control, everything is clean and green for this launch. T-minus 1 minute to go here.
Engine thrust vector control built-in test in work. Vehicle is now on internal power.
Woo.
So in a moment
Even
here,
I'm
we'll
nervous.
see those, what they call the bit checks, the built-in test checks. As you mentioned, Kristen, inside the capsule, you know, as you said, this is like a bridled beast. This thing wants to take off.
Switch to
That's
onboard
what I want to know
helium.
too.
Here we go.
Where the
Good
camera's
luck and
inside.
Godspeed, ladies.
I'm sure
We're
once they
cheering you
get
on.
into
Let's
orbit,
Let's launch this
Thrust
rocket.
termination system is armed.
once they go to orbit, I'm sure it's
Minus
going to
22
be
seconds of
wrapped.
counting.
Here we go, guys. Moment in history. Wow, 15, 13, 10
T-minus
more
10,
seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, command engine start, 2, 1, ignition. Liftoff. New Shepard has cleared the tower. Flight. 6,000 feet climbing.
It is exciting to see. I will say
Engine
that.
throttle down for Q limiting. Engine response looks good.
It is the rich man. It is the ultimate
Max
rich
Q,
man's
maximum dynamic
roller
pressure.
coaster ride, for sure.
Mach 1. Vehicle is supersonic. Engine back up to full throttle.
Supersonic. We have passed through max Q, maximum
pressures look
dynamic
good.
pressure.
That
That's
is
when the
some wild
vehicle, the
stuff.
stresses between the atmosphere
Passing
and the
47,000
speed
feet
are
and
at their
climbing.
maximum. So to punch through that is so important. You see the BE3 engines. It's firing beautifully. You see the stream of steam behind it. Those ladies right now are
1 minute,
having
40
an
seconds into flight.
incredible view on their way to space. Passing through 80,000 feet,
That is wild.
1,300
Passing
miles per
85,000
hour. They're going to peak at about 2,300 miles an hour over Mach 3, 3 times the speed of sound.
Word.
Shortly coming up, we'll have MECO, main engine cutoff. We will turn off the engine, but the two craft, the capsule and the booster, will continue their ascent to
Stand by,
space.
MECO. Stand by, MECO.
And
And
Stand by, separation.
there you
Stand
saw.
by, separation.
The main engine is turned off. We're now going to separate the capsule from the booster. And at that point, Kristen, that's when all 6 astronauts are going to start to feel the weightlessness. And shortly thereafter, we're going to let them
And you can hear them like tripping inside.
And that right there is the most critical milestone of this whole ascent. Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
That's dope. You could hear them screaming in there. because it's just so crazy. No, nothing went boom. Okay, they're literally weightless right now.
And the two craft is separated. 328,000 feet, 100 kilometers.
Wow.
Welcome to space,
Yeah, Oprah's
ladies,
crying.
or shall I say, astronauts.
The moon.
That's pretty cool.
I have to tell you, look at the moon.
Look at that.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goddess! That's our pink moon.
Somebody said, "Oh my goddess." That probably was Katy Perry. It's
And
cool
just in
though.
case it wasn't clear,
Ozempic in
those are the
space.
astronauts. Those are their voices that you're hearing.
I'm done. I'm done.
And there, they have hit apogee, the highest point in flight, well over 345,000 feet, well over the Kármán line.
Wow.
That is some cool stuff though. I'd be terrified, y'all.
And at this moment, the astronauts have unstrapped from their seats. They are floating. They are weightless. They
Where's the
are
footage?
experiencing zero G for the very first time in their life.
I'm gonna let them mute them really quick. They're all experiencing, of course, weightlessness for the very, very first time. But where is the footage inside the capsule? I want to see that too, right? I want to see them floating around. I want to see them seeing what I want to see what they're seeing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, still an exhilarating experience for any person. Real talk. And man, this is crazy. You know, to even have this opportunity is pretty damn amazing. But yeah, like I said, one of the most expensive roller coaster rides ever made. But I think this is very, very cool nonetheless. Let's continue. There we go. It's cutting in and out. This is not me, guys. It's very cool. I don't know. Me, I wouldn't be saying, "Oh my God." I'd be using every four-letter word. I'd be cursing like a sailor. I'm gonna be real, man.
Dragon. Report status.
Have mercy.
Copy.
Very cool stuff, though, guys.
Report status.
Well, there's the. Oh wow, that's cool. Look at that. It's coming right back down. Look at that bad boy.
And a great, all astronauts are back. That is the rocket that is screaming back down to the capsule to its landing spot just 2 miles north of where it's taken off from. At the top of the rocket, you see a couple of fins that have popped out. Those are to stabilize the rocket as it comes into land. Shortly thereafter, you will see the drag brakes that deploy that will cut the speed of the rocket in half. And then in the last moments,
and there it is. We can see it from the stage.
There comes the rocket down. It's going to relight its engine. We're going to also see a sonic boom. We're going to hear that shortly here.
And remember, this is something that had never been done before until just a few years ago. Truly the stuff of science fiction that you're about to watch in just seconds.
Did you hear? Wow, that sonic boom. Wow. This is crazy. Wow. That's insane.
And booster touchdown. Welcome home, New Shepard.
That is fire.
Picture perfect landing right there.
Picture perfect landing.
Right on target.
You see that dust kind of creates this dramatic cloud that reveals the beautiful rocket that has just taken these ladies up to space and back.
And I love the echo across the mountains. Is that what I was hearing there?
That's what
Nice
you were
touch.
hearing. You heard the sonic boom, then you heard the engine relight, and all of that reverberates in this big, beautiful valley in West Texas.
side drogues. Stand by drogues.
All right, shortly here, we're waiting to see the drogue parachutes deploy from the crew capsule. Those are like the guide parachutes.
Here they come.
There go the drogue parachutes.
Just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
And then next will be the main parachutes that get pulled out.
Hear that screaming inside the capsule?
And all 3 parachutes reefing, and
That
they
is
will
fire.
slowly inflate,
That is fire.
slowing the capsule to a nice, smooth 10, 15 miles an hour. They are cruising back home.
3 good parachutes.
Yo.
And I tell you, Kristen, from having gone through all of the simulations, I have gone through all of the training. They put you in the capsule that simulates all of this, including the sounds. And when you hear the motors of the parachutes pop out, that is the best moment in flight.
Because I know Blue Origin does everything they can to make this as safe as possible, and y'all have an impeccable safety record, but it still has to feel really good when you know that you're.
Yo, this is pretty dope. I'm gonna be real. This is pretty damn dope. But look, a successful trip, full-on successful trip so far. Now they just need to get their asses back on Earth, but it looks like they're doing just okay. Yes. So for those of y'all who don't know, this is Jeff Bezos's aircraft or spacecraft. All right, aircraft, kind of aircraft, spacecraft. I don't know what to call it, but anyway, this is his whole thing. Blue Origins is his whole thing. Okay, it's his Elon Musk. Okay, it's his SpaceX. Long story short, and still, again, like I said, Katy Perry, the likes of Katy Perry and Gail King were in there, and Jeff Bezos's own fiance. Touchdown, everybody! This is huge. This is dope. Let's continue. Let's hear what they got to say.
Congratulations and welcome back to Earth.
That's
Status
crazy.
check. Double shot.
Kristen, just some incredible images there. The capsule.
Copy. Welcome back.
Hopefully they show some
Nice.
things inside.
Let's wait for just a moment here. Make sure they're doing health checks in.
Beautiful.
Yes, and as you heard it there, everybody seemed to be just as ecstatic to be back here, back on Earth. Everybody appears to be fine. Beautiful shot there of the capsule down in the desert. As we were just saying, it looks like a tough landing,
Right.
but it is an air cushion in the last milliseconds that just makes it even softer. I will also note the parachutes landed very close to the capsule. That's just an indication that there's not very much wind out here today. A beautiful day for a launch and landing.
That's
Beautiful
very cool.
day to add 6 more names to the roster of astronauts that have been over the Kármán line into space.
Yeah, it's like, how do they know where they're going to be landing? You know what I mean?
Thompson, what's the view
Don't know what's going on here. Their signal must be trash. See, there it is. Signal went out a little bit, but we're all waiting to see
And
that.
you guys, as with Orlando Bloom, jump in the car to go meet. Pretty, and only imagine how these astronauts, now that we can officially deem them astronauts, are going to feel. I can't wait to get their reaction. We are headed out there now. I will check back in with you as soon as I have them.
Sounds good, Carissa. And as everybody can see, she is those recovery crews are screaming out there. So we actually send them out as soon as we spot the capsule. And there's little Rose, Katy's daughter, who is just Daisy, excuse me, who has just seen her mother go to space and come back. I'm sure she cannot wait to say hello. So, but as I was mentioning, the recovery crew is heading out there. We send them out as soon as we can see the crew capsule and spot the crew capsule descending. There will be at least 2 trucks that go out there. What you'll see is they will come around the capsule. We also have crew member 7 who's in there. She will run out, go around to each window, make sure that each astronaut is fine, and the recovery crews will safe the capsule before we exit the astronauts.
You know, it's hard to pick a favorite moment, right? Launch, landing, it's all good. But the moment coming up might be my absolute favorite, right? It's the moment the recovery team gets out there, then all the friends and family, and we get to see the astronauts emerge from the capsule, and we get to hear what they thought from the last, 10 minutes or so that they were up in space. And I think one of my favorite things that I've ever seen in covering space, certainly with Blue Origin, was that moment for William Shatner, Captain Kirk, as he emerged from the capsule. And this is exactly why you want to send people that are not just professional astronauts into space. What he said was so moving that day.
100% agree. But it's not just the astronauts that are here that are being moved by this event. We've got Tabitha that's with some of the friends and family out there. Tabitha, give me an update from the viewing platform.
I mean, not a dry eye in the stand, I tell you right now. Chloe, I just want to know from your perspective, that moment, what was it like?
I don't think I realized how emotional it was going to be. And I literally had chills all over my body from the second it launched until the moment I just saw it land. And it's sort of hard to explain because I don't think you would be that emotional, but it's incredible. It takes your breath away. And I feel like I have all this adrenaline and I'm just standing here.
Right. It's very true.
Same. It's really, first of all, we're so thrilled that the girls are safe and everything went so well. And so that's a relief because, I'm sure there's a lot of nerves up there, but to hear the girls screaming and having such
they said they saw the pink moon.
Yeah.
I heard the audio. I was like, that is
Yeah.
the coolest thing. I
So
cannot wait
exciting.
to get the footage from inside
and
to
to
see
hear,
that.
I want to hear every little emotion that they had, and we can't wait to see the footage from
Look,
inside.
what are the chances? The pink moon, the rocket launch. It's so
I know.
exciting.
It's a great day.
It's been a pretty phenomenal day.
Pink moon.
So when are you guys going up is the real question.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. But this made it a little more enticing. Never.
Right.
That's what I thought.
You can go on behalf of the rest of us,
Oh,
but
thank you.
I think we'd all drag you off of the tarmac before we let you go up. But, I like you being an observer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we love being able to share this experience with you. And thank you for sharing how you feel out here with our audience. So it's been really, really incredible. So yeah, the emotions are high because it's so exciting and energizing. And gosh, Kristen, Ariane, I don't know what to say. I did cry. I did cry. I didn't think I was going to cry and I cried.
Tabitha, I love you putting them on the spot there. Chloe and Chris, are you guys going up?
Keeping up with the Kardashians in space.
That'd be weird. But anything for a view, right? Here it is, though, guys. Just so you guys know the names of the women that were on the in this ride. Okay, there is Aisha Bowe. Okay, she is a former NASA rocket scientist, CEO of engineering firm STEM Board, and founder of Lingo, which teaches students technology skills. Then you had Amanda Nugent. She is a prominent civil rights activist and astronautics research scientist who worked on the last NASA space shuttle mission. Okay. Then you also have Gail King, which we already know who she is. We have Katy Perry. We have Carrie Ann Flynn. She is a film producer known for her contributions to This Changes Everything. It's a 2018 documentary about sexism in Hollywood. And then, of course, you have Jeff Bezos's fiance, and her name is Lauren Sanchez. So, of course, and she's also an Emmy award-winning journalist as well. So, again, there's a laundry list of celebrities and, very talented women that are all in this this ride together. Okay, I don't know what do you call it? A trip, a ride? What do you call it? Right? But still very, very cool. Okay. And of course, we're waiting for the moment where they come out. Hopefully everybody's okay. Hopefully there was anything weird that happened while they're up there. So we're waiting for their exits from the actual capsule. But we'll see what happens here.
Already started lining up there. While the recovery crew, you've seen some images. As I mentioned, they're safing some of the systems on the capsule. We want to release all of the excess air and gas that created that nice air cushion. We'll remove the parachutes, make sure nothing gets tripped up. Also, we reuse those parachutes. And then crew member 7 will take the stairs up to the hatch. It's like a good 3.5-ish feet off the ground, so it just makes the getting out of the capsule that much more comfortable. Crew member 7, last but not least, crew member 7 will open the hatch, and we'll get to see one by one as these lady astronauts now exit the capsule.
And a lot of people are probably familiar with seeing, NASA astronauts or Russian cosmonauts emerge from a spacecraft after a long duration flight on stretchers or, glorified. They need some assistance because they've been exposed to zero G for so long. Not these astronauts. They're not going to need any assistance. That's one of the beauties of a suborbital space flight. You feel great. You don't have to deal with space sickness, right?
Exactly. And that's, to that point, this flight, because you're basically going straight up and then over the Kármán line and straight back down. Some astronauts, I think you had mentioned your mother may have experienced a little sickness up there. You don't in this one because it's just once up and once down. And you get that nice zero G floating sensation and you buckle back in. You don't have it's not as extreme.
So do you have an astronaut that you're looking forward to hearing from the most?
It's really hard to pick.
Yeah.
I have to say I'm a huge Katy Perry fan, so I'd love to see what her feelings are. Also, as a mother, our kids are close in age. What does that feel when you have young children? You saw her get so emotional in her pre-flight interview. Is that still the weighing emotion, or is she still just, oh my God, I saw the stars, I saw the curvature of the earth? What's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart?
And is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
That is correct. That is Jeff Bezos, our founder, on the left, as well as Sarah Knights, our crew member 7. And I just want to thank our viewers for joining us. NS-31, New Shepard's 31st mission to space, our 11th human space flight. From all parts of this flight, for the booster, for the capsule, for our astronauts, a completely successful flight, one of the smoothest flights we've had so far. And we're now just awaiting the opening of the hatch so we can get some views from our 6 new astronauts.
Phelps.
And I would imagine Lauren Sanchez in seat 1 will be coming out first.
That is correct. They'll go. She's in seat 1, which is next to the left. The left window there. She will go first. And then last in number 6 is Carrie Ann. That is the window on the right.
Side Canyon.
You see those vans arriving. Those are friends and family.
I will say something. It does tell you a lot that the person who is fronting this, the man who put this whole thing together, is letting his own fiance get launched into the outer rims of the globe. Okay, that says a lot. Okay, that's pretty ballsy. Honey, just go up there. I'll see you when you get back. That's a lot. Rather than just being like, no, I don't want you to go. There's other people that want to go. You know what I mean? You go and get this experience after like ride 372, right? So that does say something. And of course, he's going to be the one to open up the open up the capsule and all that, because I mean, branding. Okay, let's not forget that too. But yeah, it does say something when he's like, no, go on, be a part of this whole historical moment. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. That's how much he trusts what he's doing here. That's massive.
His windows, and it makes for just an incredible experience.
Sarah.
Oh,
Good.
okay, I was about to say what?
Here goes Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
She didn't really close it again. Come on out, guys. Go see your babies.
Where are my babies?
They're over here. Go see them.
Where? I have to go
Right
there.
there.
Okay.
Katy.
Happy to be back on the ground.
Thank you. Thank you.
Roll call. So,
Gail.
I just have to have a moment with the ground. Let me just appreciate the ground for just a second. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I'm so proud. So proud of you.
Oh my God.
Amazing. I'm so proud of you. Around the bushes here.
any interviews?
So someone just tell me when we're on. Does anyone have our app?
I mean, start interviewing some people, Dagnabbit.
All right, and you just saw
Very
it there,
cool.
all 6 astronauts coming out, all ecstatic. Katy Perry and Gail King both kissing the earth. Very happy to be back down here, but clearly ecstatic. I don't know about you, Kristen, but my favorite was Lauren coming out and saying, "Where are my babies?"
Oh, and I also loved Katy Perry holding a daisy, I believe, and holding the daisy up to the sky after her daughter Daisy. Sweet moment.
With that, let's turn it over to Krista Thompson standing by outside the capsule.
I don't really have words for it.
Oh my God, Lauren, I want to cry just seeing you.
I'm so proud of this crew. Like, I mean, Gail, we were just talking in the capsule, doesn't even have ear piercings. She's so afraid to do anything. And she got in that capsule, and I think like it profoundly changed her. I mean, for me, I can't put it into words, but like I looked out the window and we got to see the moon.
And it was pink. Was it pink?
The full moon. It wasn't pink, but it was almost full. And Earth looked it was so quiet. It was just quiet. And
Is it what you expected?
No.
Better.
Yeah. I don't think you can describe it. Because you know what I was saying? It was like quiet, but then also really alive. And you look at it and you're like, we're all in this together. Like, that's all I could think about is like, we're so connected, more connected than you realize, because you just see right here, you see like, states and all these things that like divide us, but we're not. And
What is your emotion? What makes you emotional?
Joy. Complete and utter joy and gratefulness. Like, it makes me want to come back and just hug everyone and be like, oh my God, we're in this together. Like, that's what this is. And
Jeff had told you that it will change you more than you know. And I know you're only a few minutes removed from the capsule, but I can tell already.
emotional.
Yeah. Oh.
to be this I'm like, I don't cry that often. So I didn't expect to be this emotional, but it's also all the love that was in that capsule and all the heart and the feelings and all the things. And like, seeing Jeff before I left, I just went, like, you know, I had to come back. I mean, we're getting married. If I didn't come back, that would be a bummer for me.
Only you, by the way, would say this to me. You said, Jeff, if you don't want to marry me, you don't have to send me to space.
Don't have to send me to space.
Just have her sign a prenup. That's how you get her to not marry you.
The fact that when you're in there, we got to hear some of your audio, but give us some of those moments when you guys, just from the second you took off to the second you landed, describe, if you can, for us what we didn't get to hear.
It was a feeling of joy and like and camaraderie. It was a feeling of gratefulness. It was a feeling that we're doing this. And you know Alan Shepard, I told you about this, did this same exact flight, and he became the first American in space, and 6 women just did the same flight that he didn't.
Oh, I just want to keep hugging you.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I hope that more people get to see this, because I feel, I don't even know how much it's going to change me. And I want to thank the Blue team. I mean, look at them. I mean, they work so hard to make sure this vehicle gets up and safe. And
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. It's one thing to say you're going to do it. It's another thing to actually do it. And I know there's a phrase in your family that life takes off on the other side of fear. And here you are, just having landed back on Earth. And now you are officially, Lauren Sanchez, already adding to your extensive resume, you are an astronaut. Congratulations.
thank you. I'm very excited. I'm excited to share it with the world. And I'm so grateful to everyone here.
I love you. Go be with your family. But
to process and download what just happened to me.
Well, get on in here, Amanda. Someone that can now articulate exactly how Lauren is feeling. Lauren being so candid about overcome with emotion. How are you feeling? I know, Amanda, this has been a dream of yours, a long-awaited dream, and now it is finally official. You are an astronaut. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You know, I usually have nice words to say, but in this moment, I just want all survivors to know that you can heal. No dream is too wild, and that if it's so wild out there, like going to space, you can absolutely make it through, and it can absolutely be possible.
You mentioned to us prior to going up, you said that you needed to go to space to heal. I know you're only a few minutes removed from this incredible experience. Do you feel healed?
You know, I had a 0G indicator that I didn't know if I would bring, and I ended up bringing it.
Okay. And explain for the folks at home that don't know what that means.
Yeah.
What it is that you're holding.
Yes, the 0G indicator is something all astronauts have that floats once you hit space, lets you know you're there. I brought a promise that I wrote to myself. I've talked about that.
And share for what is this right here?
Yes, and this one I didn't know if I would bring, but I ended up bringing it and floating it, and it's the hospital van from the day. And, I got to honor her today, and I'm so grateful to the thousands of people, the engineers, the scientists, just everyone who has made this a reality.
And you also have written here, I know that you had this on your laptop, right?
Yes, and this is my 0G indicator, a promise I made to myself that if I were to pause my astronaut dreams and fight for rights, that one day I would return to her.
And it says, never, never give up. Well, those dreams are no longer on hold. You are finally an astronaut. Congratulations. Enjoy this moment with your family, and thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you, Amanda. Carrie Ann, you said to me yesterday, you said, when I get out of that capsule, I'm going to be an emotional wreck. And I think what I will just say for anyone that has never had the great privilege of being here, this is my first time at a launch, and it is very emotional. Describe, if you can, how you're feeling.
I have almost no words. It was the most incredible experience of my life to be up there and see like such vast darkness in space and look down on our planet. The moon was so beautiful, and that was like, I felt like that was a special gift just for me. I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. Are you kidding? You just went to space. You just went to space. This is it.
Like knowing that everything, like everyone I loved was standing down there looking back up at me. And I just hope that these types of experiences, clear a path for everyone to be able to do that.
You told us a beautiful story about your son when you told him you were going to go to space, and that, get over here so I can hold you, and that he went back to school and he was all excited to tell his friends that his mom was going to space. And they said, your mom can't go to space.
Moms don't go to space.
Well, guess what? This mom
go to
just went to
space.
space.
Moms don't go to space.
Congratulations. You are officially an astronaut. And I know you're wearing a very special necklace from an incredible group of people that you hold near and dear to your heart. What would you like to say to them watching?
I'm wearing a few necklaces today. My dear friends threw me a blast off party and gave me this feather, which obviously represents the Blue Origin logo, and it felt so special to have it close to my heart and in space with me, and I feel like it helped me take all of them with me on this journey.
Yes. Well, I will let you go enjoy this historic moment with your family, and thank you for sharing it with us. Congratulations, you're an astronaut. Gail, get on over. I am so
floating. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm so proud of you. And I know that I speak for the collective, because you have been so honest. You've been so vulnerable. And I spoke to your best friend prior to you taking off. And I asked her why it was so important for you to do this. And she said, she said, so she didn't have to hear you say, I wish I would have done that.
So true.
But now, Gail King, you are officially an astronaut. How do you feel?
I still can't accept that word, but I will say I can't even believe what I saw. When somebody calls this a ride, this was not a ride. What happened to us was not a ride. This was a bona fide freaking flight. And our instructor, we were so well prepared. So every noise we heard, we knew. But the flight instructor said that I am her best success story. Why? Because she's never had somebody go through the course who's terrified of flying. Everybody who's gone through the course is somebody that it's been a lifelong dream. They wanted to do it. So she said, I'm her best success story. I'm so proud of me right now. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
I was just going to say, prior to the launch, you said that you would be so proud of yourself if you went through with this. And you did. What was the best part, Gail?
It's oddly quiet when you get up there. It's really quiet and peaceful, and you look down at the planet and you think, that's where we came from. And to me, it's such a reminder about how we need to do better, be better. Do better, be better human beings.
And what do you mean by that?
Processing. Well, it's so nasty and so vitriolic nowadays. And I mean, if everybody could experience that peace that we had up there, and the kindness and what it takes to do what we did, all the people that it took to get us up there and get us back safely, I'll never, ever, ever forget. And when we were up there, have you talked to Katy yet?
I have not.
Okay. When we were up there, after zero G is very difficult. All the training about this is how you get in the chair and this, I look like a friggin' moose getting in the chair. It was like, just let me get in the chair. Let me get the seatbelt on. But, we had a very do this.
How would you describe it?
It's very difficult because you're floating. But the best part was when we got back in our seats after zero G's, Katy sang "What a Wonderful World."
She did?
Isn't that nice?
Oh, come on.
She sang "What a Wonderful World. I see dreams." Oh, yes. Oh. Because we'd been asking her to sing all the time, and she wouldn't. And then, because everybody said, sing roars, sing fireworks. And she said, it's not about me. I wanted to talk about the world.
Wow.
You know, isn't that nice? You got to ask her about that.
That's really special. And when Lauren got out, she was overcome by emotion for a lot of reasons, and rightfully so. But she spoke to the group and how close you guys have all become because of this experience. How would you describe the camaraderie that you guys now have together?
I would say that we are forever bonded, because you can't go through what we went through to look out for each other, to help each other, and not be changed by that. You know, it really is a true. People throw the word around, but it really is a true sisterhood. But it speaks to how we you know what, we were set up for success. The training was so, I can't stress this enough. The training was so friggin' good. We were set up for success. And it went exactly as they told us it was going to. Every boom that you heard, the drones, the drogues coming out, the parachutes coming out, it went exactly as they said.
Are you glad you did it?
I am glad I did it. I am glad I did it. Yeah. I am very glad. I have no regrets about doing it.
What would you say to people watching right now that are scared, that are fearful of anything? What would you say to them?
Well, I just said, I'm stepping way out of my comfort zone, because this is so not like me. I said up there, I might now get my ears pierced. I've always been afraid.
Which is great. I love that you've never had your ears pierced.
No, even Hootie at the training center, you don't have your ears pierced? I go, because it hurts.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, for people that are afraid, Eleanor Roosevelt once said, courage is doing something that scares you, but you do it anyway. And I stepped out of my comfort zone in a way that I never thought was possible for me. And now that I've done it, I really do feel I can take on anything. Anything.
It's crazy.
Congratulations, Gail King. You are an astronaut.
Thank you.
Give it a few more months. You're going to have a full on, you're going to have a nose ring. Okay. Nose piercings. You're going to have a full arm tattoo. Watch. Whole left side of her body going to be tattooed up. Watch. You'll be like, fear? I ain't fearing nothing.
You are officially an astronaut. How do you feel? Also, how do you look perfect after just going to space? I mean, my goodness.
I will never be the same. I mean, when you get up there and you see the Earth, and it's so beautiful, and it just fills the screen, and it's not just your window, it's like everybody's window, and there's no boundaries, there's no border, there's just Earth. It's incredible.
You know, Gail is so honest that this wasn't her dream, but this was a dream of yours. How do you feel now that you just achieved it?
Like I picked the right dream. And when we landed, I said, Exuma, I'm good, Blue Calm, but I'm ready to go back.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
This
What was the
Aisha
best part for you?
or Bo?
The best part for me, actually the whole thing. But we got in and we counted down from 10. And then I started to hear some singing. And when we lifted off, everybody, you could just feel the energy in the capsule. And when we got up there and we got out of our seats, we all just looked at each other. And there was this moment, and I can't wait for people to see it on the video, but there was a very special moment between all of us. And it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yes. Where is your grandfather?
Aisha Bo.
Your 92-year-old grandfather, who I know you were so excited to bring. What did he say to you when you got out of this capsule and got to see him for the first time?
Okay.
He said, I was really worried for you.
Yeah, she's got a nice
but then
voice.
Oprah squeezed me.
Oprah has a way of making us all feel just a little bit more at home and a little bit calmer. I know your father is watching down on you, and he is your angel. What do you think he's thinking right now in heaven?
I think he was like, woo. To have the opportunity to have flown his star in my flight bag and to have a perspective that very few people get to have of Earth, I just feel a renewed connection to everything in life and where we are. And I can't wait to go back out there and pour what I've learned into the world.
You have given so much to so many. And I know there are a lot of people watching right now, some young boys and some young girls that are inspired constantly by you. What would you like to say to them?
Dream it, plan it, and go and do it. I never really thought I could go to space, although I really wanted to go. And today just confirmed that dreams are real and sometimes reality is wrong.
And your dreams just came true. Congratulations. Go enjoy this with your family. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Katy, of the group. No, you're not the crier of the group.
Feeler of the group.
No, you are not.
I'm crier.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
We had these incredible shots of Daisy watching you as the rocket, it'll make me cry, as the rocket's going up, and she was so proud. Just kept saying, "Mommy, mommy." And I know you'll feel the same way when you watch it. And you brought a real life Daisy up.
That's
it was
right.
important for you, not only because it's your daughter's name, but why else was that important to bring it?
Daisies are common flowers, but they grow through any condition. They go through cement. They go through cracks. They go through walls. They are resilient.
Aren't they
are
weeds?
powerful. They are strong. They are everywhere. Flowers are, to me, God's smile, but it's also a reminder of our beautiful earth and the flowers here and God's smile and the beautiful magic that is everywhere, all around us, and even in a simple daisy. So to really appreciate it and remember it and take care of it and protect it.
Gail shared with us the song that you sang when you got up there. What a wonderful world. Why was that important to sing that particular song?
I've covered that song in the past, and obviously, like, my higher self is always steering the ship, because I had no clue that one day I would decide to sing a little bit of that in space. But I think that
It's a new single.
it's not
coming
about
out.
me. It's not about singing my songs. It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space for future women and taking up space and belonging. And it's about this wonderful world that we see right out there and appreciating it. This is all for the benefit of Earth.
You have done so many incredible things in your life, selling millions of records, selling out stadiums. Where does this experience rate for you?
This experience is right. It's second to being a mom. Yeah, that's it. And that's why it was hard for me to go, because that's all my love right there.
She didn't want
And I have to surrender and trust that the universe is going to take care of me and protect me, and also my family and my daughter. Because, like, I am full up from being able to get that gift of being a mom, and to go to space is incredible. And I wanted to model courage and worthiness and fearlessness.
You did. You said you wanted to go to space for the fearless women in your life as well, your sister and your mom.
Yeah.
What was their reaction when you got to see them after you got off the capsule?
I have only seen my mom, and I was like, "Are you okay, Mom?" She just knew. She knew. She was totally okay, and I'm sure she was speaking in tongues underneath her breath, as she does all the time. She would do that for anything else, but definitely today. But she was so super confident. My mom, she has this thing where she can see. I mean, even down to the name of, like, the capsule
being tortoise. I know you spoke to all of your fans about that the capsule's named tortoise, the feather on the side, that, you know, the symbol of Blue Origin, all of those gave you confidence that this was the right thing for you to do, correct?
Yeah, because I just asked for a sign from the heavens, from my angels, and they're like, "Well, here's the feather, which is what your mother calls you, and if that's not enough, the capsule's named Tortoise, which is your second nickname that your mother calls you." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm going. Yeah. I got the message, and I'm gonna get the message."
Before I let you get back to your family, I just have to ask you, describe for us, because you're so brilliant at putting, you know, words together and describing moments that we can all appreciate later. How would you describe the moment when you took off and then the moment you landed?
The moment, I mean, it is the highest high, and it is surrender to the unknown, trust, and this whole journey is not just about going to space. It's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is, like, up there with all the, you know, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey. And then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure. And you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like, I'm going to space and I'm launching my tour. It's really incredible. Now I know I'm asking this question for your fans. Will you write a song about this experience?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
There it is.
And not only that, I got to reveal my set list for the tour on a butterfly. How apropos.
Incredible.
Just flying in space. I don't know if anyone's ever
in space.
I don't know if anyone's ever done that before. So I'll just
Well, there's a lot of things that you have done first. You are now officially an astronaut. And let me just tell you, on behalf of everyone here at Blue Origin, our webcast, and everyone, all of these individuals that put this incredible thing on, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
It's a 10 out of 10. That's my review.
10 out of 10.
You
There
definitely go for it. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Katy. Congratulations. All right, you guys, so many fun moments that we'll continue to see as we get the footage. But I'm going to send it back to you and let these incredible astronauts enjoy their time with their friends and family.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Wow. Kristen, I mean, 6 inspirational women in their own right, eloquent. I could not be that eloquent coming down from space.
Trying to see if there's any
you heard Katy Perry saying 10 out of 10, but number 2 experience only to being a mother. What were some of your takeaways from what we just heard?
One thing is for sure, I'm trying to see if there's any footage. I mean, obviously they didn't show any footage from inside the actual capsule. I'm looking to see if they may have maybe leaked some on the internet. I haven't seen anything as of yet, but I am looking right now, guys, because of course we want to see what happened inside the damn capsule. We don't want to just see them go up and go down. We want to see what happened in there, right? We want to see them floating around, see the experience, see the what they saw, the photos, etc. So I know that there was cameras in. There's got to be cameras in there, right? So So again, I'm looking to see if there's anything, but hold on.
That if you don't understand why people come out here to watch a space flight, it's just because you haven't seen a launch yet and you haven't been a part of this experience. And I truly believe what we witnessed here today is something that will continue to open up spaceflight and this experience for all of humanity and our little ones at home.
100%. I said it earlier. You can't be it if you can't see it. And to see these 6 women go up and the roles that they have played before, but I can't wait to see the roles that they play afterwards in their way of telling this story for the world to hear, to experience, to see. This is just the beginning. So I want to give a shout out to them, because as you saw, that is coming out of your comfort zone, whether you wanted to go to space or you're like Gail and you didn't anticipate it. Thank you for trusting yourselves and to their families and trusting their loved ones with Blue Origin. We are very proud to do that.
I'm so proud of Gail King, too. I wonder if she's still afraid to fly on airplanes after flying to space. Have we cured her of her fear of flying?
I don't know. We've cured her for getting your ears pierced. So
there we go.
Baby
we'll take
steps.
that one.
Let's start with that one after this not so baby step.
Aw.
Look at that beautiful shot.
And now the party starts, right? Can we pop some champagne and celebrate a little bit later?
Let's do it.
It's only 9:20 a.m.
It's
not too early.
5 o'clock somewhere, baby. All right. What an incredible day. Just for all of us, for our astronauts, for our Blue Origin team. It was an honor to fly you to space.
That's it.
And if you would like to follow in the pioneering footsteps of these astronauts and purchase a seat to space, visit blueorigin.com and click Fly to Space. Your own journey to visit the Kármán line is much closer than you think. If you'd also like to purchase a mission patch to commemorate today's launch, head to Blue Origin shop for patches and much, much more. For Kristen, Carissa, and Tabitha, I'm Ariane Cornell. Thank you so much for joining us. And until our next launch,
oh my gosh,
Predatum Ferocity.
That's it. That's it. Well, diggity dang. Okay. That's really okay. I okay. I expected okay. I'm gonna play a little bit of that because here's the thing. Well, first off, very, very cool. Okay. Real talk. Real talk. Really amazing. All right. Very happy about that for them. Right. But, you know, at the same time, I was hoping that we would get some footage of some sort. Okay. Now I am kind of curious as to how much it would be. Oh, snap. Yeah, $150,000. Hold on, let me show this. We got to see this because I just typed in because they're like, okay, and if you want to take a flight out here, please go to blueorigin.com and book a flight, right? So I'm here. I just typed it in because I wanted to see it for myself because just to see what it's all about. All right. Blue Origin. Okay. Book your flight, purchase a window seat. They all get window seats. But anyway, purchase a window seat on a life-changing space flight. All right. And you can fill out all this crap. But then on the bottom, it says, I acknowledge Blue Origin will collect a $150,000 fully refundable deposit to begin the order process. $150,000 to get all the way up there and come all the way back. Now, let me tell you something. I'm not sitting here saying that it's not worth the money. Okay. If you have that kind of bread, there you have it. But $150,000. Okay. A house, a decent sized house. Okay. That is, it's a whole lot of quiche, y'all. That's a whole lot of quiche. But let me play a little bit of this. Okay. Again, hit that like button down below, please. And thank you guys. I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate you guys being here. Seeing a moment in history. I think it's a very, very cool thing. And we're going to discuss a few things, but hit that like button down below, please. And thank you. Let's get it to 300 likes. All right. That'll be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe. We talk about a lot of things on this channel. Okay. Especially something like this. This is a moment in history. Real talk. Regardless of how much I'm roasting it, regardless of how much we are, some of us are side-eyeing this and feeling some type of way about it, doesn't matter. It is still a monumental historical event for sure. Okay. Yeah. And that's just the deposit. Yeah. That's, as some would say, that's just the tip. So holy crap. Okay. Holy crap. But regardless, pretty crazy stuff. All right. $150,000 deposit, and God only knows how much more is added to it, right? They might be like, well, if you want the astronaut suit, that's the premium price, and that's another $100,000. I don't know. You know what I mean? If you want a air tank, oxygen tank up there while you're up there, it's going to be another $100,000, right? So again, this is crazy. That's just the deposit. But let's take a look at this. All right.
See, I can't believe I'm about to say this.
They just took it down. Oh, diabolical. Oh my Lord, gone. They literally took it off. It's gone, y'all. Ain't that about to shut your mouth?
The company for a decade. What is so special for you in particular about this one?
Oh,
no,
that's such
I'm
crap.
so proud.
That is such crap. Hold on, y'all. Trying to see if I can find it somewhere else. Because again, the stuff is still going on. But again, I was hoping that there would be more stuff, right? Like footage, etc. But they don't have any of that, which is kind of frustrating. But at the same time, very cool. Very, very cool. Let me see here.
So proud of this crew.
Okay.
Gail,
she will be the. Okay. So I found another live. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, they deleted the whole thing. That's which is crazy. That was from Blue Origin themselves. So I don't understand why they would take it all the way down that quickly. I mean, why not have it out so people can see, right? This is perfect advertising for every single rich individual that's out here that has this kind of money, that has this kind of bread. Just be like, you know what? Yeah, I got a couple $100,000 for a life-changing experience. Why not? Right? So very interesting. But let's take a look at this. This is interesting.
The person that is in
They're all loading
our,
into the
our
cockpit
astronauts' ears,
or the capsule.
Communicating with them, making sure everything's going okay, also telling them, hey, this is when you can unbuckle. And this
Yeah,
is
you
when
see
you
her
can
there.
that's
So right
that's
there.
Sarah Knight's right there. Exactly.
And now we are looking at what?
So now the crew, as well, you see Jeff Bezos there, have gone into the safety shelter, and we're gonna wait there. You see Sarah Knight on the right. She's gonna just communicate with the Blue Origin team that is at the other tower just next to the rocket to make sure that everything is set and sorted for them to do their final load. This happens very shortly here. We clock it at about T-minus 35 minutes, but we'll only do it when we're ready.
And in case some of you are wondering what a safety room is or why it's there, it's, again, what Ariane was talking about. You want to keep these astronauts as safe as possible for as long as possible. Of course, they'll be safe when they actually get in the rocket, but just in case anything were to go wrong, we had the chance to go inside this room a few days ago, and it is, I mean, is it a bomb-proof room? Do you want to say that? I mean, it is.
It is.
Yeah, and you feel it when you're in there. You're like, oh gosh, now
This
it
is
feels real.
Yeah.
And after going up that elevator, you know, for us, I think that's the moment where we weren't even going into space, and all three of us were like, whoa,
okay,
it gets real serious.
Yeah,
but I love the access that we obviously have in being able to see these women before they go up. For those of you just joining us, we are T-minus 34 minutes to launch for NS-31, Blue Origin's 11th human flight. As you can see there, a little live look in as them saying some words before they take off. So I know that we had started to expand upon it and then took a shot of the astronaut. So what will they feel? Sort of walk us through the physical part of what they'll experience, Ariane, once they are in the capsule.
So once they're in the capsule and they're ready for takeoff, first they'll hear the engine when it ignites. It sounds like a pop. Everybody listening will also hear that. It sounds like a pop, and the engine roars. We hold the rocket down for about 7 seconds, make sure it's all ramped up. And during that period, that can actually be one of the most, frankly, nerve-wracking times, because you start to, if you're in the capsule, you start to see the glow of the flame. And here they come.
Here we go.
Loading into the capsule.
And the significance here of the bell, and I should note before I have you explain.
Look at Gail. She is not. I got to show that one more time. She is not. She is terrified, y'all. I don't blame her. I would be terrified too. Okay. I'd be absolutely nervous. I mean, you're launching yourself into space. You know, this. I'm sure they've done a lot of test runs and all that stuff, but it's not like they do this all the time. So I'd be, and regardless, I'd be terrified no matter what. Because, you know, if you're not a fan of flying, then you're not going to be a fan of this, right? But look at her face. Look at her face right there. She's not having it. She's terrified. Okay?
Into the capsule.
And the significance here of the bell, and I should note before I have you explain that.
She's like, here we go. Here we go.
Crew names themselves. They have named themselves the 6 taking up space, as each one is ringing a bell. And the significance of that is what, Ariane?
This is one of our traditions. All astronauts throughout history in various programs have had their traditions. For us, we always want our astronauts to ring the bell. Above there, you see light.
Bezos been there, done that. So he's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not even riding, so I'm just going to make the noise real quick. Ring the bell, and we're going to keep it moving.
This candle, those were the last words that Alan Shepard said right before he went to space. Alan Shepard, of course, the namesake of our vehicle. He was the first American into suborbital space.
Crazy.
And we just like to let the stars know that we've got some people heading their way.
Absolutely. As they load in, I will, in my world, we call it an audible here. Just if we have any sound from mission control or anything, I'd love to take a peek at what's going on in there and just give the folks at home some idea of what's happening there. And there we go.
There we go.
So we don't have sound of it, but we can see all of the brain behind behind this beast.
But I could tell you, Carissa, other than a couple of discussion points on the radio, honestly, it's about this quiet when you're in there.
Really? That surprises me. You would think, like, in a control room in TV, it's a chaos, right? In the best way, but in there, it's quiet.
And honestly, chaos is, quite frankly, the last word I would use to describe our mission control. This team, they're working through very specific procedures on a very specific timeline. They've done their own rehearsals over and over again. We also want to keep the communication line open if anything, if anybody's got to call it out. But it is a very well choreographed team we've got.
And when folks are wondering, what exactly.
I'd be the same way. I'd be holding on to that, touching the capsule, being like, "You better stay together, okay? You better get my ass up there and back."
That you're seeing here, they practice over and over, getting inside this capsule, strapping themselves in, and one of the biggest things that they have to remember to do is when they get those. Remember, they only get 4 minutes of weightlessness, 4 precious minutes. They have to unbuckle and then buckle back in at the exact.
And then, of course, I do want to show the launch one more time, because I thought the launch was pretty cool. We already saw the end result, of course, but the launch I thought was pretty cool. So I want to share that and show that to you guys one more again. It's still, no matter what, I mean, this is quite the experience, I'm sure, for anybody. And again, let me just be real. There's going to be people out here that are, some of y'all are asking, like, why do I think this is cool? I mean, shoot, you're going, I mean, it's obvious. You're going out there, you're going up there, you're getting out in space. You may, of course, you're not going all the way to the moon, but you're going out there, and you're seeing something that not a lot of people get a chance to see, right? You get to see everything in all of creation. What we live on right now, what we stand on and live and thrive on every single day. I think that's really cool. Just to see that. I don't know about it I don't know all about when they say, oh, when you want to go out there, all you hear is peace. And, all you feel is peace. When I don't know. For me, my heart would be like going so fast, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm up here. We're so high up, man. There's no safety net, man. You know what I'm saying? So, the experience, I'm sure, is surreal. It's undescribable or indescribable. I'm sorry. I'm sure, right? It sounds and looks freaking amazing. But would I do it? I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, if I got a free ticket, if I got a free ride, shoot, man, I would. I'd do it. I'd do it. And then, whoo, man, I don't know. But it looks like it looks like something really intense, but really beautiful all at the same time. And I know there are gonna be haters out here. Haters gonna hate, that just don't like what this like. They don't like Bezos, or they just think this is all fake news and this is all just one big illusion, or this is one big David Copperfield magic trick. But it's not. This is just some really cool stuff that I think not everybody gets a chance to do. I wish it was a little bit more accessible for the everyman, okay? And not just some sort of luxury for the rich and powerful. But maybe that'll change over time. You know what I mean? Maybe that will change over time. But again, we'll see. And I will say this too. You never know. Next thing you know, if this becomes something for the public, that's a little bit more accessible and a little bit more affordable for us people, us regular average Joes out here. I don't know. People, you never know. We might be seeing no more of these astronaut outfits and stuff like that. Everybody walking in there with booty shorts on and hairnets and half naked and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here, though. But it'd be nice for it to be a lot more, not just a little bit, but a lot more affordable for other people as well. Because $150,000 deposit, that's incredibly insane. Understandable, because I'm sure every last dollar goes into the fuel and all the stuff that they're doing to make this thing happen. But at the same time, that is some expensive ass ish. Here's the countdown.
10,
one more time.
9, 8, 7, 6.
For those of y'all who've been
5,
late to the party.
4, command engine start. 2, 1, ignition. Liftoff.
That is pretty cool.
New Shepard has cleared the tower. Flight. 6,000 feet climbing. Begin throttle down for Q limiting. Engine response looks good. Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Mach 1, vehicle is supersonic. Engine back up to full throttle.
Supersonic, we have passed through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the stresses between the atmosphere and the speed are at the maximum. So to punch through that is so important. You see the BE3 engines is firing beautifully. You see the stream of steam behind it. Those ladies right now are having an incredible view on their way to space. Passing through 80,000 feet, 1,300 miles per hour. You're going to peak at about 2,300 miles an hour over Mach 3, 3 times the speed of sound. Shortly coming up, we'll have MECO, main engine cutoff. We will turn off the engine, but the two craft, the capsule and the booster, will continue their ascent to space.
Stand by, MECO.
And
there you saw the main engine is turned off. We're now going to separate the capsule from the booster, and at that point, Kristen, that's when all 6 astronauts are going to start to feel the weightlessness, and shortly thereafter, we're going to let them unbuckle.
And that right there is the most critical milestone of this whole ascent. Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
And just so you know, Oprah has not done this. So she has not. So again, you have somebody who had the opportunity to go, but she did not. She has not gone on that. She has not done the Origin ride. So that's something interesting and new too.
And the two craft is separated.
Put it up there.
328,000 feet, 100 kilometers. Welcome to space, ladies, or shall I say, astronauts.
Oh, the moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon. Look. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! That's our pink moon. I love you.
They said a pink moon.
And just in case it wasn't clear, those are the astronauts. Those are their voices that you're hearing.
And there, they have hit apogee, the highest point in flight. well over 345,000 feet, well over the Kármán line.
Wow.
Pretty cool stuff.
And at this moment, the astronauts have unstrapped from their seats. They are floating. They are weightless. They are experiencing zero G for the very first time in their lives. And Katy Perry did say that she was going to sing in space. I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for it.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
So that is Capcom indicating a 1 minute warning for our astronauts to take in those last views before they get buckled back into the
Yeah, this is when it gets all choppy. I mean, when she's saying "What a Wonderful World," was she doing it like Louis? You know what I mean? I see stars of blue. You know what I mean? Was she doing it just like that? Red roses too. Or was she, you know what I mean? That's what I'd like to know. But I don't think we're ever going to hear that, you know? Her best rendition of Satchmo, right? But again, guys, this is some really cool stuff. Again, I think this is really, really cool. Of course, look at how much how much we've changed, right? How much we've progressed in the world of technology. We got a lot of other problems we got to work on, okay? Let's be real. We got plenty of other things we have got to work on that divide our world, divide our country, and all that. But, but technology-wise, I mean, we are making some serious advancements that I think we never thought were even possible. But now those things are actually happening, and it's really cool, Now I feel like now we need to start working on us, U.S. and us. You know what I mean? I think we need to start working on the human condition and how we are with people. Because you heard them. They all said basically the same thing to a certain extent. Not only did they say, there's so much peace up there, which is cool. I love hearing how it was peaceful for them. Okay. But then you also heard from Lauren Sanchez, okay, Jeff Bezos's fiance. They all basically said the same thing, that it's like, oh, we are all one people, right? We're all one, that we are all connected, that this world is more than and it's much bigger, and we're deeply connected in some weird cosmic way, okay, unexplainable kind of way. Yeah, in a way, I wish that same vibe we can have down here for everybody, not only just a few people who have one who's married to one of the richest men in the world, and then of course other ones who have deep pockets and have names and they're celebrities as well. I'm talking about every single average person, every person out here getting that opportunity to have that kind of feeling. If we all had that feeling, maybe we would react in different ways when it comes to things that are going on this planet. Everything from the small things, from the crimes that we talk about and the debates that we talk about, to just how we are when we're in the supermarket getting a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread, how we are with each other in these streets. Real talk. It'd be nice to see that at some point. Technology is advancing faster than how we are in treating each other. Real talk. And that's sad. Something needs to change. But cool. Very cool stuff. And if you got the ducats, if you got them greenbacks to do something like that, by all means, do your thing. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, okay. There's so much we need to work on for ourselves, with ourselves as humans, as people, that I hope we get that figured out, because as we continue to progress in the world of electronics and technology, we're slowing down. We're slowing down. And Weston, thank you so much for saying that, because it is true. We are all one, but not all of us realize that we are all one. And that's what's so sad about it, right? And like I said, if there was only a way to get all of us to be on the same page about a lot of these things, I think our world would be different. For sure. But, that's another conversation in itself. Technology is amazing. All right. So shout out to Blue Origin for making it do what it do. And they got up there and they came back down and they're all alive, which is fantastic, which means it was a successful trip. And I know for a fact more and more people are going to want to get into this. Now they're seeing more and more faces get in there too. So we just saw another moment in history, which is very cool. And I'm sure there's going to be more coming up very, very soon. The other question I have too is, why did it take so damn long? Because it was years ago that we saw Michael Strahan, William Shatner, Jeff Bezos, all those people take off. So why did it take this many years to do another one? Because you'd think that there'd be within the last trip that they had, between these two trips, you'd think that there'd be like a multitude of trips that would be televised and it'd be a big deal and all that, right? But we haven't heard anything like that, right? So I am kind of curious about that, right? But anyway, that's the question that I have. Nonetheless, still very, very cool. Okay, congratulations to all those ladies. Well, females in space. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's very, very cool. And it might have been the COVID thing. It might have been Rona. You're right. It could be that too. But nonetheless, very cool stuff. And I look forward to seeing more people getting launched to the edge of space. But anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all. I might be back on here very, very shortly. There's some things we got to talk about, some other things that are going on in the world. So be on the lookout for that, okay? But do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below. Crush it, do what to do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, make sure you hit that follow button, okay? Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Subscribe, please. Go over to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe over there. Make sure that notification bell is set to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And, of course, check out PascalMerch.com. We got some really great stuff over there. PascalMerch.com. Go check it out. All right, guys. It's time to get going, but I'll be talking to you guys probably very, very shortly. So be blessed out there. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.